I'm Joshua Simon.
I'm Sam Joe.
And we are the SG Boys.
That little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at the SG Boys. Do you want to know how I met Pam Oei for the very first time?
Pray tell.
I went for an audition because there was this point in time where I was like, I think like 3 years into radio, and I was like, you know, I want to live that dream. I want to be on Broadway. So I saw this listing to audition for a play, Emperor's New Clothes.
Oh, I thought Dim Sum Dolly. I thought you wanted to be a Dim Sum Dolly.
So I went and I sang Adele, and I got to know the person that was auditioning me, and it was none other than the iconic Pam Oei. And I think she liked me. I wasn't sure. And then she asked for my radio schedule, and I was like, there's no way I can actually make it because I do the night show, but I just felt like auditioning because I just wanted to try. You know, I think the auditioning process meant more to me than actually getting it. And now she's sitting right across us.
So Pam, tell us, how did he do in the audition?
I asked him for his radio schedule. You know what I mean? I was ready to have him in the cast. Yes. And I made you play an instrument. Did I not?
Yeah, you did
came
everything.
with the guitar. You would have been perfect in the cast, but then we couldn't even get past the I'm doing the night show.
Yeah. We kept in contact through the years, and you've been nothing but this sort of encouraging, like, guardian angel in the background. Because there are a few guardian angels that happen to be in the media industry as well. One of them is Hosean Leong, someone that I know you've worked with many times as well.
Many times, yeah.
And now both Samjo and I, we've seen Faghag, this brand new production. It's this one-woman show on the surface, but there's a lot more people involved.
Well, Faghag was actually staged first in 2018. It was part of the Singapore Theatre Festival, but it was only on for like 4 days, you know, so very few people got to watch it. It was the 10th anniversary of Pink Dot. I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a director, but I've always kind of been a little bit afraid of stand-up comedy, you know?
Okay.
But then when you watch Faghag comedians like Margaret Cho, and then I watched her, she came to Singapore, and I thought, I have performed so many times at Happy, short stand-up performances at Happy, which was a gay bar in 2004 to 2006 in Tanjong Pagar. And the reception was amazing. I should string all the material together and do a LGBTQ audience-oriented type show. I just never got around to do it. There's another Australian one called Pam M. Have you heard of her?
No.
Pam M?
Yes. She comes on as an air stewardess, and her entire audience is gay. So inspired by Pam M and Margaret Cho, I just thought, I really think there's a market for this in Singapore, but just never got around to do it. Ivan Heng, as he often does, pushed me off the cliff in 2018 and said, girl, just write down this stuff and just do it. And we went through so many titles, you know. Ivan said, why don't we reclaim this term Faghag? Just call it Faghag, plain and simple. It's about your relationship with the gay men in your life, your journey. The seedling of it was that I want to be Margaret Cho. And and when I saw her on stage when she came to Singapore, I was like, oh my God, she is amazing. I was like, how do I can't. And I got invited on stage to take a photo with her, and I wore my rainbow cheongsam.
What did she say? Did she say anything about it?
No, she didn't. She just smiled. Could picture me and yeah.
You should have just told her, like, I'm you, but Singaporean.
I hadn't done the show yet. You know what I mean?
Now you can.
I should have said, I want to be like you.
Wow.
Yeah.
You cover like your life story, but at the same time, I think one thing that I was quite surprised by was it was patriotic. At the same time, it was a lot of love for Singapore. Like, there were a lot of problems with Singapore that you very openly talked about. There's one scene where with all the different languages.
Yeah. All the different flags of the countries where marriage equality has been achieved.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means gay marriage has been recognized legally.
There were many different countries and like territories, like some of them very close to us, like Taiwan. But then where's Singapore?
Yeah.
You know,
So far away, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting that you felt that it was patriotic.
Okay, maybe patriotic shouldn't be the word, but I didn't feel watching Faghag like I wanted to just leave Singapore and I hate Singapore. I felt like this was a Singaporean person showing me Singapore and the work that Singapore needs to do. And I felt a love for my country to make this change happen.
I'm so glad that you said that. Really,
Yeah.
Because I'm very tired.
Hard in what sense?
The next generation needs to carry on the fight. I'm still here. I'm not that old, but I'll still fight. But this needs to go on to the next generation so that it just really comes to a point in time where, why is this even an issue? Please just get rid of 377A and move on. There's so many other things we need to do that are far more important. This is a non-issue. Unfortunately, it is a very big issue in Singapore, and so we have to hand the baton over to the next generation.
Yeah. And this essentially ties in with the ending, which, if I'm going to be really honest, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, it really choked me up. It basically kind of paints this image of if future generations don't carry on the fight, and this is what's going to happen. I would say I'm kind of like at that age. I'm in my 30s. I'm not too old, not too young, but at the same time, I feel like it's time to start speaking up. I do worry sometimes, like, if my juniors or those that come after me, or even those, my peers, like, who are of the same age, if they don't speak up for what's right, no one's going to do the speaking for us. Like, there's not always going to be like a Pam Oei and an Ivan Heng who's going to be around doing it in theatre.
Well, speaking of the next generation and I guess a different kind of fight, in the middle of the year, when you started promoting Faghag, there was a group on social media that took offense and called out the show's title. Even at some points as well, it got a little bit personal.
Yeah.
And you and I were hosting Queer's Got Talent.
Yes.
During that time, we were both judges for that show.
Yes.
And you were behind the scenes, and I was like thinking, should I go over and like encourage you? Are you okay? I don't really know. How are you feeling? Because it was blowing up on social media.
Yeah.
On one hand, I was like, okay, great, more people are hearing about the show.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm like, what if this backfires? And I don't want like a dear friend of mine who has such great intentions to get the word cancelled.
Yeah. I mean, for us older people, we were surprised because it wasn't the first time we were staging the show. And when it happened in 2018, there was none of this, right? And then suddenly there was big hoo-ha online. It was the week before the show opened, so I really had many other things to think about. I couldn't live in the social media world. I had to memorize lines, choreography, and also it made me feel like I was going to be okay when so many other people jumped in to stand up for me.
Yeah.
And what was also very interesting was that there were also a lot of young people who jumped in and stood up for me. I'm a very public figure in terms of Pink Dot. If you go to Pink Dot, I'm the fleur who counts down everybody every year,
Yeah, annual event, you're always hosting it as well.
I host the last part of it. I'm always counting everybody down, always commanding everybody to turn on and turn off their torchlight and wave it around. So I decided, you know what? This is an online fight that I have no brain space to fight right now. So you guys do it, and I'm gonna open a show in a few days' time. Yeah, so I didn't engage at all. As with all things on social media, it died down by itself. It was a very big hoo-ha for a very short while. And then it died down, And then there were still people who talked to me about it. After Queer's Got Talent, someone said, okay, I'm still not comfortable with using the term faghag, so I don't think I'm comfortable coming to watch your show. I'm like, that's fine. That's really fine. It's really your prerogative. But if you did come and watch the show, then you would realize that it's a big term of endearment,
That's the thing. Like,
and I think Alfian said it so well. It is a term of endearment that strictly gay people and their faghags can reclaim. And it's context. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm naming myself the faghag because my friends name themselves fags. And this is a term that we've given ourselves. It's not done in a hurtful way. It's not a term that I'm throwing at somebody else to make them feel bad. It's something that we named ourselves.
And the show really explains it. When you go to the show, I remember talking to Rachael after that, and I was just like, I can't think of any other title to give the show. It just should be called Faghag.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, I think, more important things discussed in the show. And I would encourage anyone, if you're listening to this episode right now, you remember the controversy, but you have not seen the show, all the more for you to see the show first before figuring out where you stand when it comes to reclaiming harmful, hurtful words, especially towards the community.
Yeah. One of my very good friends explained on Facebook that between 2004 and 2006, when the gay bar Happy was opened on Tanjong Pagar Road, we had Faghag Appreciation Night once a month. You know
What?
Faghag Appreciation Night.
That was the title of the event.
That was
Is it
the
like
title of the
ladies'
night.
night, essentially?
It's not ladies' night, okay? It's all the gay men brought their faghags
Oh my gosh.
to the bar. Faghags got free drinks. There were badges, Happy Mate badges, Faghag, Fagstack, and Fags badges. And there was there was singing competition between the faghags. There was and the most memorable thing that happened was there was arm wrestling competitions between the faghags. So you'll have two women down there like arm wrestling and an entire bar of gay men screaming and rooting for whichever girl they were supporting. And also very, very nice because when you get into a bar and you know it's Faghag Appreciation Night, immediately you know all the girls there are your homies. You know what I mean? Everybody there is there with their gay friends. It feels very safe and it feels like a community. And I think that maybe because we are so online these days and people don't get face to face, a little bit of this celebration of who we are and our allies is lost.
Yeah.
So it's that, you know, you step into a space and you know every woman here is an ally. There's a immediate solidarity
I love
with
that.
with a woman that you don't know, and then you go and arm wrestle her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Essentially, hashtag context, you know. Because, I mean, if we really want to tear that term faghag apart, it starts with the word fag, right? And I think the people who are making noise about this term being used for the play and everything, let's be fair, like, you know, not everyone is going to be comfortable with that word until now.
And that's fine.
And that's fine, right? We're not saying that this is a word that we are imposing on you, and we're not saying you have to be okay with it, but we're saying that some people are okay with it and some people are okay with calling themselves that. Like just the other day, my friend and I, you know, we went for a spin class and we were in the male locker room, which is as macho a place as you can get. And then he was putting on his moisturizer while the other guys, probably straight, were like just wiping themselves dry and everything. It sounds very homoerotic, but I swear this is not it's not a porn film or whatever. It was just us trying to like get out of there, okay, because we were so shagged from the spin class. But then we were talking about moisturizing and, you know, putting sunblock and everything. And then at some point, we just both look at each other and my friend was like, wow, we are really such faggots. And in that moment, it was okay.
Yes.
Because, you know, it was, again, context.
Yes.
And we were aware that hetero guys normally,
Yeah.
again, not to stereotype anyone, but normally wouldn't talk about moisturizing and putting on sunblock.
I mean, and also it's like if I'm at my gay friend's house and they are fussing about the flower arrangement, like adjust and readjust and adjust and readjust and the curtain, and then you know what I mean? You're just looking at like, you are damn qua. Can you please come here and talk to me?
Yes. It's a mix of that exasperation, but also with appreciation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why your Faghag Appreciation Night was so precious, because in its history, obviously, the word's very loaded. It obviously has been used as a slur. It has been used to like hurt people, to put people down, to make people feel small. There is such power, and that's the power of language, because it can always be turned on its head.
And you can take it back.
And you can take it back. And I think that is essentially what you're doing, and I really salute that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I also know that there are many older gay men from England, for example, who reject the word queer because that was a very derogatory term used on them in their youth.
Also,
And-
fag is like cigarette for them,
Yes,
right?
correct. So, you know, language changes, context changes, and you would think, why Q is like so. A lot of people will feel that queer is just very part of their vocabulary now.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, an older British man completely rejects that word. you
Yeah.
know?
It really is a very personal thing because everyone has their own relationship with words, right? And for me, I'm a little bit more sensitive, right? So I've never used that word so many times in a conversation in my life.
What? Say it.
See, even
Say
this
it,
is,
Josh.
See, I'm saying it as many times as I can in sort of relation to the conversation that we're having, right? But like, I get very easily triggered by not just words, but by music, by places. Like, I struggle with PTSD with a few things. So So my mind is geared like that in a way where if a bad situation happens and it's linked to something, my brain will then develop that PTSD very quickly, and I'll start avoiding people or places or words or music. So like that word is linked for me is gaming. So it's used a lot in gaming to make fun of other people.
I see.
They'll use that word. They'll use
The F word.
that word, or it'll be
Faggot.
that word, or like gay, just even gay. Bro, that's so gay. Dude, he's running away, he's so gay.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
they use that so often in gaming, and it's so triggering when you play online games, and it's so casually
I can see why.
tossed
Yeah.
around like that. When it comes to more specific gay slurs, there are some Singaporean words that we've talked about on the show as well, like bapok. For a long time, I was so triggered by that word, and I just could not handle that word. Or aqua.
Aqua, like Pam
Right?
mentioned, yeah.
And when it's used like aqua, like water, or like I was taking my driving lesson, there was aquaplaning, and just when the instructor said aquaplaning, everyone started laughing already.
Yeah.
And I was like, so those words are a little bit more triggering for me. But going to your show, I did not feel any of that. I felt like you are redefining that word, and you're explaining through your stories, your real life stories, what that role has been for you. Not just
Yeah.
for yourself, but the people around you.
Yeah. I didn't set out to be this.
I'll say it, Faghag.
And I didn't set out. It wasn't my life's aim to set out to be a faghag or the faghag that counts down pink dot, every year. It just evolved that way, and
Chief Faghag.
Queen faghag.
And I'm curious because one of the stories that you share in the show was that I think multiple times
Yeah.
you were crushing on someone.
Yeah.
Even a little relationship may
then,
start.
And then gay leh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of being angry at them, instead of, resenting them,
Oh, I've never felt angry.
you took a more maternal
yeah.
friendship.
I've never felt angry with a guy who turned out to be gay after going out with him. Never. I can't even comprehend why would anybody be angry.
Because some people do take it personally. They're like, something's wrong with me, which is why you don't want to get with me. You know?
And I guess it's just an innate understanding from maybe in my late teens, I realized that it's not a choice.
We talk about shame a lot on the SG Boys. Unfortunately for queer people, that is that first feeling that they get in response to whatever beautiful feeling they get. If they have a crush on someone or they're drawn to someone, they're immediately told, oh, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Taboo. This is wrong. I need to atone for this. I need to seek help. I need to speak to someone because this is not right. So it's a very, very terrifying feeling. At that same time, while as beautiful as it is to know that at that young age, is also such a scary time.
Oh, it's super scary. I
Yeah.
can so imagine how scary it is. I mean, as a straight teenager already, it's very scary. So as a gay teenager, it must be just mind-boggling. It's very, very scary.
I believe in God, right? So I believe everyone has a purpose, everyone has a role, and it almost seems like before I was born, God looked at me and was like, you're going to lead a very different life. It's not going to be very easy, but it's going to be a different life. And I will show you a different part of this world and other people that you meet because of the differences that you have. And for you, it's like, I'm going to make you someone that supports these people, that champions these people, that makes it a little bit easier for these people. And I just think that role is such a beautiful role as well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's not something I chose. As I mentioned in my show, I don't know why, but I'm attracted to gay men and gay men are attracted to me. And we gravitate towards each other. So, people ask, why are you doing this? Why are you fighting so hard? It's not your fight. I'm like, it is my fight because my logical family, my chosen family, so many of them are gay. I refuse to accept them as criminals. Technically, in Singapore, they're still criminals. I refuse this. It is my fight because it's my family seen as criminals. It's not right.
When you are faced with homophobic comments or behavior, when you are faced with such instances, how do you react as an ally?
I run the Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking franchise in Singapore as well. That is a very active supporter of Pink Dot. So what happened when Singaporean businesses started supporting Pink Dot? There was a lot of backlash from religious right people, fundamentalists, who wrote to these companies and said, we're going to boycott you, or you know what you're supporting, blah, blah. And I was just waiting at my computer. Come on, somebody write to me at Alan Carr's Easy Way. And nobody did, you know. Maybe because I've been doing it for so many years and I've been so out there. It's not a sudden thing. I face it at Pink Dot, where people wear white and turn up. But then the sky goes dark and then the pink lights come on and your white reflects even more pink. You know what I mean?
I love
White
that.
turns to pink anyway.
Or there are people who mill about at Pink Dot calling the police for every small reason. Somebody has littered. It's a guy wearing a skirt. It's obscene. You know, like, I face it like this, but I don't face it alone. When I'm at Pink Dot, dude, I am standing on the stage. The whole crew is behind me. I mean, so I don't feel frightened. I am straight. That is my armor. And because those who are not straight or who are afraid of coming out, and I feel for all the young people who go to Pink Dot in a heavy jacket and not wanting to reveal that they're wearing pink that day, and only when they get to Hong Lim Park and then they look at all the thousands of other people wearing pink, then they take off their jacket. I have the armor. So for now, you stand behind me. You stand behind me, it's fine. But one day, I hope that you can stand beside me and wear pink, you know what I mean? And not have to wear that jacket on the train coming. I am a straight ally. I have armor and it doesn't hurt me. It's fine. I will hold the shield up for you for now. You can stand behind me.
Singapore's national colours are red and white. You combine it together, you get pink.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting... I don't want to get all emotional and everything, but not daring to wear pink to Pink Dot. That was me, my first year of Pink Dot.
Oh,
and
what year was that?
I'm such a late bloomer. The last in-person one was 2019, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2018.
That's late.
Yes, I know, and I'm 33. But hey, like, better late than never, right? It took me that long. Even this shirt that I'm wearing right now, right? You know, Drama Queen, it says. This was my CCA t-shirt because I was in Raffles Players back in the day.
Oh my God, I'm from Raffles Players too.
I wore this for you because I was like, oh, you know, I'm meeting another drama queen, so I must wear drama queen. I think I've had this shirt since like 2005 or 6, and I didn't start wearing it until very recently because I was like so concerned about like people looking at it and it's like, why is this guy wearing a shirt that says Queen? Right. And same way when I walked out of my house back in 2018 for my first Pink Dot. I mean, my parents were still at home and I wasn't officially out to them yet. I don't even think they knew it was Pink Dot Day. Right, it probably didn't register on their radar, but I just felt so self-conscious, and I think it was a lot of like just internalized shame and everything, you know. And I put it in my bag, and then I went to the public toilet and changed. I really want to say this to all allies out there, like, please don't ever underestimate like the power that you have and the influence and the difference that you make to a little gay boy or girl who's out there.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Recently, I found out that in an office, even though they had a diversity arm and it was Pride Month and they were having a pride party, and you know, it was a very inclusive big multinational corporation, and all it took was for one straight colleague to put a gay flag on her table, and a closeted colleague pulled her aside and said, this action of you putting a pride flag on your table means so much to me. And she came out. She came out to this colleague, you know, she said, no one in this office knows that I'm gay, but because you put the flag there, I feel such a relief that I'm able to tell you, even though this company is an open-minded company. It's like, so yeah, every little act. If you're afraid to wear your rainbow t-shirt, I'm not. I love rainbows. I'll wear a rainbow t-shirt, you know. I'll wear a pride mask, you know what I mean? So we haven't been able to have Pink Dot in person for 2 years now. On the one hand, when it's online, more people can attend, and people who wouldn't ordinarily be brave enough to go to Pink Dot in the flesh can watch it online. But at the same time, there is nothing like, if you're coming to your first Pink Dot as a young person, turning up and seeing thousands and thousands and thousands of people wearing pink and knowing that you have a tribe, all the pink balloons and all the people, and going, oh my God, I am not a freak. You know, so that is very, very important.
On that note, it's time to play a little game with Pam
Oh
Oei.
dear.
Okay. This game is called
Hi
gay.
Pam, we're going to present you with different scenarios where you have to give advice to the gay. Okay?
Oh my god. Okay.
Beginning with hi gay.
Hi gay.
Okay.
Hi gay. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
The gay is drunk outside the club.
Hi gay, I'm going to get you out of danger's way. Get off the road. Okay, come sit on the sidewalk. Okay, listen to me. Can you remember where you live? Can you? Do you remember where you live? Okay. If he can remember, I'll call a grab and, put him in a grab and send him back to his wherever he lives. If he's incoherent, then drink water first. Drink water. Still not clearer, then puke. Please, puke. Go bring him to the toilet. Puke. And ask again, do you remember where you live? And then where are your friends?
Yeah.
Where are your friends? And then just try and make sure that he gets home lah. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that.
Really, beautiful. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's very sweet.
It really depends on whether how much he's puking also.
Correct. This is life skills. It's life skills.
Because if it's really very, very drunk and passed out, there's very little I can do. You know what I mean?
Some people will just call the ambulance straight up.
No ambulance lah. The guy is
God.
drunk. It's not.
New road, I see so many times like alcohol poisoning.
Okay, so I don't know
They-
whether you all know about this, but if a girl is puking, I don't know whether it's code or whether it's like I've done it many times. When a girl is puking, you go behind a stranger, you hold up her hair for her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And then you just let her, so that her hair doesn't get all the icky
Yep.
puke. Yeah, hold up her hair for her.
Yeah.
But usually her friends are doing it for her lah. But if she's alone, then
You help her out.
yeah. And then when people are about to drink a flaming Lamborghini, wait, what's your address? Tell me now. Then I write down.
While they're still sober
Before they drink
and
it,
coherent,
I write down address. Then they drink the flaming Lamborghini. Then okay.
Then they tow, then you send them
Then
home.
I send them home,
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Then next day how did I get home? Yeah.
Pam Oei.
Auntie Pam.
All right, next scenario. The gay is unsure about getting themselves tested. They feel very anxious and alone.
Hi, gay. There is an anonymous testing center in Jalan Besar. Okay, you don't even need to give your IC. You go there, you take a number, you give your blood sample, and then you come back in half an hour, and then you just know whether it's positive or negative. And then there's AFA that you can reach out to if you're positive. But today, HIV is very easy to live with it. There are many drugs now that can help you live a totally normal life. Auntie Pam knows several HIV positive people, and they're fine. It's fine. But next time, please use condom. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
The gay say something mean and bitchy about women.
Oh.
Like something very hateful and misogynistic.
There's a particular segment in the show where I show the anatomy of a female body and it gets a reaction. This really was the seed of a performance that I did in Happy. A full bar on a Friday night with gay men. And the screaming that happened, it was hysterical. I couldn't hear myself talk. I mean, they were just screaming and screaming and screaming. And it was very, very funny to me. But I had to maintain my character as a nurse and wait for the laughter to die down. But it didn't. It just screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. And I was explaining the anatomy and screaming, laughing. I mean, everybody was crying, And I remember this point where my hairstylist, who was in the audience, he found a moment of silence and he screamed, "Take it down, or I won't cut your hair anymore." Just burst out laughing. Ultimate threat. Your hairstylist refuses to style or cut your hair anymore if you talk anymore about this female part of the body. Why is it so revolting for some people? And I really, really think it's not a misogynistic thing. Even girls don't take careful looks at their own female genitals, Whereas guys and girls see the penis all the time. It just dangles out.
And they glorify it as well.
It's
Yeah.
just, you can look at it. It's not hidden, you know what I mean? I also have found through my journey, as an ally that even the views of my gay friends around me have changed through the years. You know, they may have been misogynistic or slightly a little bit misogynistic, and now they're not. So I think it also takes human experience to go through it, come together and know that you are human, you know?
Yeah.
And if we go back to the whole Faghag term controversy, I think it's very important for all of us to show each other some grace, second chances, to learn from each other, to hear each other's stories and the context of why we use certain words and what words mean to different people. And hear each other out. The last thing we want is to like bash each other out within the community. How else are we gonna like love anyone else, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because no infighting, please. We have a common goal, you know,
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus means allies, you know. So
Yeah.
we have to work together so that everybody feels more included.
And we
you
can
know?
learn from each other,
Yeah.
right? And very often the L does not know what the G or the B or the T or the Q or the I, A plus goes through. And that's why we're here in a community saying we're a community first.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's learn from each other.
Let's not diss on each other, you know,
Yeah.
because there's really bigger problems at hand, guys. Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted to also add something on a more
Yeah.
personal level.
Sure.
How I'm like, you know, guilty of being that younger gay back in the day where, you know, I did say things about my female friends that I can't say I'm like very proud of. It was obviously all like disguised as jokes and everything, whether you're like commenting on like, you know, a woman's like body or whether they're revealing too much. I think gay guys often forget that we, at the end of the day, as much as we're gay and we see ourselves as a minority and that, you know, we're fighting for equal rights, we also forget that we are guys. And that there is so much privilege that comes with being a guy walking on this earth. It's the patriarchy, right? And it's also like male privilege through the years just being so ingrained in like even little kids saying, oh, boys don't cry, you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Boys are tougher than women. Women are weak. You're hysterical. Like it comes from hysteria, which is the womb. It's like weakness is always associated with women. Yeah, and I think that that really needs to go. I say this as someone who has been there and said rather regretful stuff, and I'm looking back now. I think always be like, you know, aware of our own privilege and know that while we're fighting for our rights, know that there are also other rights that we ought to fight for, and we ourselves can be allies as well, if that makes sense.
My son is 10 and he's about to enter into the tweens, and you know there will be other guys talking shit and about girls, and you know what I mean. So I am now navigating this very interesting space of educating my son on what's right and what's not. And of course, you can't go up it's not a superhero world. You just can't go up to a guy and say, you can't say that about a girl. I mean, it doesn't happen that way, but there are different ways to deal with it. I am very diligent. I take Aware's course of Birds and the Bees.
Essentially, all of us are always looking for that parental figure to tell us what's right, what's wrong, what's the right word to use, what's the right way to love, what's the right way to treat each other. And I think we as adults realize that there isn't that figure that's going to tell us this is right and this is wrong. And that's why I think it's more important for us to not say like, hi, I'm not perfect, or I'm just human, to sort of make excuses that way. I think it should already be a given that all of us don't know, but all of us want love and all of us want acceptance and all of us want to find someone to spend some time with. So help me to understand what you're going through. I can share what I'm feeling, and then we can learn, assess with each other and spread that.
Yeah.
That
And-
space, you know?
And this is very interesting because of your hi gay section. Because one of the key takeaways of this course that I'm attending for my son's future is for me to learn how to be an askable parent. If there are questions that your kid needs to ask and you really hope that the first person they ask is you, even if it's about sex. It's not easy. You know, you really have to train yourself to be an askable parent now when he's 10, so that when he's 14, he can ask you. Yeah. Pam will answer any questions.
Please go to our Instagram and start with hi gay.
So if y'all haven't already seen Faghag, honestly, I went in with, okay, not say zero expectations, but I went in just with an open mind and I got so much more out of it.
I think my quick review is that I'm a very different person after watching the show compared to before watching the show.
Oh man.
And I feel that change. I feel that change.
Yeah. And you can be straight, gay, LGBTQIA, whatever letter of the alphabet soup, and you will still enjoy the show, confirm. You can also get a very good abs workout because it's fucking funny. So if you haven't already watched it, or if you want to watch it again, please go get your tickets on Cystic, okay? And the show is running from 4th till the 14th of November at the Walrus Theatre in Funan.
Yay!
And if we happen to miss it, because tickets are high in demand, and you've sold out multiple shows, will you do like a Netflix thing? Because we've seen some theater productions put their product eventually on their official website, especially during the COVID period, right? And I feel like your show is like what you said. You've done some of the bits before when there was Happy. This show needs to be seen and available all the time.
I will have to reserve my comments because it is, let me tell you that it is being considered.
Oh my god!
No, I mean no, relax. Not, I mean, it is in the works. We are looking at the possibility of putting it online on a platform. We are looking into it.
Can you not see it? Like Faghag, Netflix exclusive.
I can see it.
Right?
I can see you as the next Ali Wong, having a stand-up special.
I love Ali Wong.
Can you imagine if Margaret Cho chances upon it on Netflix?
Yeah, so we are working through some very thick legal matters right now. So let's see.
Just say yes and ask for 10 million.
And if they lowball you, don't do it. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, you manage for me?
Yeah, okay, can.
I'm Joshua Simon.
I'm Sam Joe.
And we are the SG Boys.
That little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at the SG Boys. The beliefs, views, and opinions expressed on this podcast are attributable to its hosts only and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, organization, company, or individual.